Hello everyone and welcome to the Certify group kickoff here for 12.8. I'll go ahead and share my screen. We can get started. So the Certify group for 12.8 has some pretty ambitious goals as far as designing ahead. We're trying to catch up and get ahead with our design work. As such, these design priorities that are listed here are really issues that will be designed throughout the 12.8 milestone for implementation in 12.9 or future milestones. So I'll kind of go through these so you can get a feel for where we're heading. The first one is the ability to sort issues in list view by the number of items they're blocking. With the introduction of blocking issues, one of the key metrics that people would like to see is how many issues have issues that are being blocked, and of the blocking issues, which one has the most things that's blocking. In that sense, we want to be able to prioritize our work to unblock the most issues at a time and therefore prioritize those issues potentially that have the most blocked issues. So in doing so, we now are hoping to add this ability to the existing sort dropdown, something along the lines of blocking or is blocked, and it'll enable people to see which issues are blocking the most issues and help with prioritization. So we're pretty excited about that. The next item that is currently being designed for the future work after 12.8 is the ability to view the audit trail, the full audit trail of a description history. So as we've added the ability to view the history of description changes and issues, one of the items that we had to do was enable those histories to be deleted, in the sense that if somebody put sensitive information into a description history, into a description, the history would show that sensitive information, which wasn't a good thing. What we've done is allowed those to be soft deleted. In doing so, they won't show up to the normal users, and the information that was contained within the description that needed to be redacted is now gone from view for those people. There are certain industries that need additional audit mechanisms and full audit logging. And in order to accommodate them, what we've been doing is soft deleting the history items, which keeps them out of view for the normal users, but will allow us, through this issue, to have administrative users or those with the right privileges view the full audit history and the full description history, including the redacted items. So we're going to work through the design for that and hope to roll that out in the future. The final issue that's being discussed here for design is the ability to customize the service desk issue confidentiality. Currently, when a service desk issue is created via an email coming in from an end user, the issue is automatically marked confidential. And in most situations, that makes sense. You don't want other customers being able to see customer data that potentially could be within an issue. However, the service desk is not designed for only external use. Sometimes it's nice to have a service desk for internal issues, such as a IT help desk. In that case, you don't want the issues necessarily to be marked confidential. You would like other internal users to be able to see resolution to issues and search those issues in order to better serve themselves before having to submit a new issue of their own. We're going to be designing a way for you to default all incoming service desk issues to confidential or not confidential, and that will allow the flexibility afforded to users who don't necessarily want confidentiality set. Going back to our planning, we are planning to catch up with some of the slippages that's been occurring in the certified group. So we're planning relatively conservative for 12.8. As such, there are two major features we wish to implement and a few bug fixes and other tech debt we're trying to burn down. I'll go through those now. The first thing we want to implement here is to raise a warning when closing an issue with open blockers. If blocking issues have been utilized correctly, you shouldn't be able to close an issue that is blocked until the blocking issue is also closed. We don't want to prohibit people from doing that if there are use cases for that, but we do want to raise a warning to alert them that there may be an issue with their dependencies. So this implementation of this issue will allow for that. We're also hoping to allow private comments on service desk issues. This has been a much requested feature. It's very popular within the community. If you're using the service desk to interact with your customers, as well as interact with other people on your team, it sometimes is beneficial and required to be able to interact with those team members without posting updates to the customer. Like to discuss their issue internally, potentially discuss possible security issues that this issue has brought up. And those things are not things you necessarily want emailed to the end user every time. The goal of this issue is to allow certain comments made on issues to be marked as private, and those would not then be emailed to the end user. Finally, we're doing some critical refactoring in the tech that I discussed earlier. One of those items is the GraphQL API. We wish to add issue link endpoints. Currently, we don't have an API for adding related issues in GraphQL, and it would be great to add that support to bring our API into a more mature state. So that is one item we're hoping to do. The other item we're hoping to resolve, which is more tech debt than refactoring, is currently we're redacting all quick actions on incoming service desk emails. When we implemented the templatizing of the incoming issues, one of the things we wanted to accomplish through those templates was the ability to use our quick actions to assign incoming issues to specific users, to add specific labels. In order to do that, we were forced to kind of remove the quick actions from incoming emails. Now, I'm not sure the expanded use of this. I'm not sure how many people would be using this, but it is nice to be able to, within an email sent to the service desk, specify quick actions. So we're hoping to sort of bring that feature back through this issue. That concludes all of the work we're planning for 12.8. If there are any questions or comments, please reach out to me or anybody else on the team. You are free to comment on any of these issues. In fact, we'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much.